Good morning everyone and welcome back to another Warhammer miniature video. Now I'm making this short video in order to share some of my thoughts about the Games Workshop acrylic paints and if there are possibly any alternatives out there that are of higher quality for possibly less money invested. Now if you're a very small time hobbyist, getting a pot of Games Workshop acrylics will serve you well enough for a fair amount of time. But if you're doing large-scale painting, box sets, and possibly commissions, if you're making a career out of it, buying individual small citadel pots might not be the best thing for your budget. Now I went out there and tried several different acrylics, and I've come across one that is of particular note. Now with me here I've got these two friends from my previous video. I've actually assembled them and they are part of the Rogue Trader Kill Team box. Now one of them is base coated in Citadel ABADDON black, and another one is base coated in another acrylic color that I found in my local hobbycraft store. Now let's have a look at both of them here. First of all, we've got this lovely chap here. Now this particular model is base coated in the Citadel paints. Pretty good coverage. Okay, let's focus up. There we go. Pretty good paint coverage. All the details look very well preserved, and it basically does what it set out to do. It is your stand. I got some mold lines there. I need to get rid of that. But basically achieves what it set out to do. It makes an even coat without obscuring any details, which is perfect. Now over here we've got another friend who has been coated in this other alternative color I found at the local craft store. As you can see, the color is more or less of exactly the same quality. It does turn out a bit glossier in some parts, especially like here and stuff like that, but for the most part it does the job extremely well. No details are buried under the coats of acrylic. It seems to have coated on pretty evenly. It's got good coverage, and yeah, really no complaints about it. Okay, and now with all of that in mind, we come to the main point of the video. Now we saw that the quality of the coverage is almost exactly the same. Now price and quantity for the price. Now all of you who are familiar with the hobby are of course very familiar with the Citadel colors. It looks like this and comes in a pretty small quantity of 12 mil. Now this 12 mil costs approximately $7 Australian, and it does the job pretty good, although as you can see the pots are notoriously horrendous. They do not close well and they're just all in all horrible. Now keep that in mind. 12 mil, $7 here. This other guy has been coated in Holcroft Professional Artist Acrylic, and it looks like boom, this. You can already see where this video is going. Now that doesn't even fit in the frame correctly. There we go. This is a 250 mil of Hallcroft Professional Acrylic Carbon Black. The price of this tub is exactly 11 Australian dollars. So for the same quality, we get this difference. 12 mil, 250 mil. $7, $11. The difference is, quite honestly, staggering. For twice the price, you get over 200 times the quantity of paint. So, again, I emphasize, if you're a small-time hobbyist, a pot like this will last you for a very long time, and it's much easier to store. But if you're painting large batches of stuff, like I am, and you have quite a lot of backlog, something like this might be much more up your alley. Now, how does it look in action? Very well. Let's have a look. Now, these two friends here have been already base painted and coated, and they are all done. So let's put them aside. Citadel, go away. They can be here and judge our next entry. Enter Vulgor Thrice Cursed. Now, he might be thrice cursed, but I've cursed him again with a very, very shoddy paintwork. This is intentional. Now, if you look carefully, you'll be able to see all the imperfections. Now, I assure you, I don't do this on a regular basis. All of this was done fairly intentionally in order to test run the Hallcroft acrylic color. Now, I've intentionally left all of the scuffs and little patches of original plastic color where the nubbins were connecting to the sprue. The parts of the model itself have been very shoddily spray painted, and all in all, this is not something that you would intentionally go out and show to people. Yet here we are, I'm showing it to you. What we are going to do is we are going to take our new acrylic color and just go down and fix all of this stuff. Now, sit here. Now, what this paint looks like, oh god, it's too big for the frame. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lid off, we're going to get a bit of paint, and we're going to see what the consistency is. As you can see, the consistency of this acrylic is much, much thicker than the ABADDON black. This is, I assure you, not a problem. It just means that you need to thin your paints a bit more with water or with any flow improver or acrylic medium of your choice. Now, I personally, for thinning down my paints, use again, too big for the frame. There we go. Atelier liquefying medium, but from the same store. Actually, you can find all of these supplies for extremely cheap in your local hobby store. So what we're going to do, I'm gonna leave this on the side here. Grab a makeshift palette. Now this is a lid of Master's brush cleaner. If you want to maintain your brushes, this is the way to go. So another recommendation. But I've already used up this and am using the lid as a palette. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of our paint Put it on. Get a bit of water. Thin it down real good so it mixes evenly. You get a nice consistency. Put it aside and slowly start applying it to our miniature. Be careful to cover all the areas and scuff marks that might be lurking around. Sometimes you might find patches of, especially in the joints where the glue didn't dry absolutely correctly, so it's gonna turn out really shiny. You can of course cover that as well because the paint, the acrylic paint, will dry to be matte color. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue applying the Hallcroft Artist acrylic to this model, and once I'm done we're going to see the results. And as you can see, after the acrylics, the newly applied acrylics are all dry, all the imperfections that we had when we started are all gone. The model is very well base coated and ready for application of actual colors. So that just shows that if you dig around a little bit, you can quite easily find alternatives to the Citadel colors that will serve you much better, give you much more for a lot less. I hope this video has helped you all. Again, this was Laz in another offshoot video about Warhammer miniatures. It is one of my passion hobbies, and yeah, I sincerely hope this little video helped some of you out. With all of that said, if it did help, or if you just like this sort of content, consider giving the video a like. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you thought. Maybe you found an even better alternative. Share some of the advice about miniatures, and if you're feeling particularly adventurous, maybe even subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Share the video around, and ring that bell button to see when the next video comes out. Until then, I'll probably see you in another gaming video. Do have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care. Bye bye.